Welcome back. Episode 7, GAMERViCE. How you guys doing? You got your boy Hank here today and your man's Kevin. Say hi, Kevin.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah. So you guys see me with that little money talk early in this video. That's because we talking about money today. We got some new GTA 6 news coming out, or came out, that reportedly it is going to be the most expensive game ever made. We're talking somewhere between 1 to 3, not million, but $1 billion.
Insane.
That's a lot of money, Kevin. I don't know about you, but what are your thoughts on this? Okay.
That's a lot of PlayStation 5s, man. That's a lot of. I don't know how to wrap my head around.
PlayStation 5s, F Sony. Anyways, continue. Yeah, just kidding.
Well, listen. I was looking this up because this number was so astronomical. I was like, let me just get an idea here of what this actually is as far as games are concerned. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is probably one of the most popular games that we can reference to, had a development cost of $50 million and a marketing cost, yes, $50 million and a marketing cost of $200 million. So in total it's $250 million.
Okay.
So this is going to be like 10 times that. Basic, almost 10 times that.
Anywhere between 6 to say and I said 1 to 3 billion. I think the rumors are 1 to 2 billion, so I apologize earlier. That's insane. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
The problem with here's my thing. The problem with putting that number out is that now my expectations are like through the roof. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, yeah,
like
somewhere good.
Cyberpunk's development cost was around 175 million. So again, we're talking about roughly 10 times the amount just for the development cost. So think about how hyped up Cyberpunk was. Now, granted, when Cyberpunk came out, we completely shitted on it. Yeah. Rightfully so, because it had so many bugs, and you know they said that it was this big world or whatever, and it didn't come. And when it came out, it wasn't as interactive and immersive as they made it seem. I will say, and I know you will say this too, Rockstar has the Midas touch when it comes to like immersive games and like and the world being, you go through it and you just feel like it's alive.
Yeah.
So that I can't even fathom this. This is nuts. $2 billion.
Yeah. So okay. So now I'm thinking, as you're talking, I'm thinking of angles to come at this from, and I'm just like, yeah, oh my God, wait, this and that. Like you said, we got Cyberpunk, right? Yeah. CD Projekt. First game of its kind for that development company to go and do this IP. You know, they have The Witcher and everything else they got, but they really hadn't had this open world RPG, first person shooter, you know, the third person movie scenes, you know, cutscenes and things like that. So that was brand new. 175 million.
Yeah.
Right. Then you take Call of Duty, who, right, is a game that's existed forever, you know, whether they're playing with new engines, old engines, putting things in that already existed in the game, right? That's what I'm thinking, kind of like, oh, the game existed so you could steal from your other games. Not going to cost you as much. You said somewhere about 50 million, probably, yeah, but then 250 for the fact of marketing, whatever.
Right.
You mean to tell me GTA 6, Rockstar, and that immersive world that you were talking about, which is I'm gonna go ahead and say it's clearly whatever engine they've already created in their games, which they have it in Red Dead, GTA, whatever that engine that has that immersion with all the NPCs and all the language. Like, you would think, like, they just need to use that, right? Which already I think is probably one of their expensive pieces. Like, you're telling me this is 1 to 2 billion new dollars? Like, that's why my mind's blown. And you're absolutely right, because then the next thing goes, oh, 1.2 billion. And then we just mentioned those game Call of Duty, which is always the highest selling game, and or the most
Right.
sold game, I should say. And then the fact that it is a AAA studio as far as how much garbage it is, and we didn't say it was going to be a great game, but like bad game. Then you have, Cyberpunk, who's redeeming themselves. I really enjoy the game. That was 175. This is 1.2 billion. I don't know. This is I'm like, it's kind of opened my eyes, or maybe it's not really opened my eyes. It's more the fact that clearly it's such a big deal because they're the first to go this high and mighty, giving a number. So, but also it then opens me up to see like, damn, okay, I didn't realize how much certain video games really cost to make. And then, damn, it's like, think about the games that your indie studios or then your lower tier games that just made it and blew up and they feel amazing and they probably didn't go over $10 million in budget. Like, it's just so crazy we could sit out here and spit out numbers, talk about so much money involved.
Yeah.
And it still could have nothing to do with how great the game is or
Now,
if the game is any good. Now, we're talking about Rockstar, who's got a great track record. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't see the game flopping, but the only thing that's going to hurt it is this new gen of gaming and seems to be people pushing the new hardware, pushing the envelope, but clearly no developer like grasping the concept of it in the sense of all these damn new games seem to have so many more bugs or game not breaking, but like game unenjoyable and unenjoyableness, like
Yeah.
game breaking, like they don't play how they're supposed to. They don't necessarily don't break the game, but now that you also know already because it's a bug and it starts going all over the internet, like it's not playing the way it's meant to be played.
Right.
And it's like, yo, you guys had all this time. You're gonna gas us up. You're gonna spend your millions on marketing, and you're gonna drop garbage. Like, don't do that shit. Like, and now you're gonna tell, like, you told me you spent 1.2 billion. So like, I don't want to hear about no fucking bugs. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, you got mad, either people on staff, you paying these people well. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't know. You tell
I,
me.
I will say this. Like you said, Rockstar has probably one of the best track records in as far as developers goes. I think maybe like Naughty Dog is up there too. Insomniac is also up there. But their last game, GTA 5, estimated development cost was 137 million.
That's wild. Like, then I literally, like, if you're telling me GTA 5, is that right? So we're expecting a sequel. Like, and that was 10 times the cost of your previous game?
Okay.
That is like a staple in video games? Like, I just think I'm about to play the greatest thing I've ever touched in my hands right now. Like, money, when we talking money, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
yo, don't drop the ball, Rockstar. Like, please.
I think I'm gonna predict this. This is bold because we have really bad predictions on this podcast. But I'm gonna predict two things.
Coming.
Okay, I'm gonna predict two things. The first one is this game is gonna last like 15 years, right?
Yeah, because we're at what, 10?
We're
11?
at like
11, right?
are we up that much already? 9?
So,
yeah, I think it was like 9.
Yeah, it was 2012?
2013. So we're at 10. Yeah,
Okay.
we're at 10. So that's
Jesus,
the first
but
thing.
by the time this one even released, okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I'm thinking like between 12 and 15 years this game is gonna last. And the second thing I think is they're gonna make this game. This is my prediction. They're gonna make this game like Fortnite and like Roblox, where it's like adult Roblox, where like people can build stuff in the game, and that way that drives the community. You know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, real good point, because also, as much as they did the online, it didn't really go crazy. But Mod City over here,
Yeah.
we have RPGTA5. And that role playing community of GTA is ridiculous.
Yep.
So my thing is now, do they find a way to like, is that what they kind of been doing this whole time? Maybe like figuring out a new system and like where, okay, we got all these modders and so you have all these communities. But now let's kind of just import it ourselves into the game. Like now that like we might see servers in GTA. Now that I'm thinking about like what if they start
Yeah,
dropping servers? Like makes sense. And they start adding all those things, kind of like because you're telling me 1.2, like, what are you doing different? Because we've already, like we said, all right, the new game Cyberpunk, right, was the new thing for this generation. And then even like new games that have been coming out, no one's, pushing over 200 million. So you're telling us once again, 1 or 2 billion, they gotta be building something inside of there. I don't know.
right.
Like now, like I'm just thinking now because it's like, yo, true. They know that RP community is that like, yo, these guys have been doing this kind of for free, which is like, yeah, but like, can we give it to them early before modders get to our game, or if we even allow modders to really have our tools again this time around?
Well,
And do
look
we
at
kind of put it behind money? Like,
it.
you know what I mean? Like,
No, that's exactly it, man.
that's got to
Listen,
be it.
look at what happened to Fortnite. Fortnite, they did the exact same thing, but
Yeah.
Fortnite takes a cut of your money. Takes there's a creators
The creator
I think
code thing. Okay.
yeah, there's like a creator
Fun.
fund. Yeah, I can't think of the word right now, but
Yeah.
and they take a cut of creators maps that are being played more than, more than anybody else's. So it's the same concept. Why not put that into GTA 6? Have it where it's server based. They fund the servers or whatever, or they host the servers, or they put a list of servers into the game built in. You can build whatever you want into the game. You can have maps, and then the creators get a cut of money based off of how popular the maps are, but also Rockstar gets a cut of money. That makes the most sense to me. And
Yeah.
to further the point of 12 to 15 years, what better way to keep your game running than to just have the community build stuff for you?
It's literally that's yeah. It's that intuitive, thinking these like Fortnite man with this creative 2.0, all this not like the game hasn't died clearly, and
It
it's
hasn't.
been going strong. What is that? 2017, 18? Like, bro, they pushing, and it ain't gonna stop. Okay,
Yeah.
they think of new things all the time, but in terms of this Rockstar man, shout out. But like another thing that I'm seeing here, so for other people to like put this into perspective, if it
Mm,
were $2 billion, right, to make
yeah.
GTA 6 a video game, okay, that would be more expensive than Infinity War, Endgame, Avatar 1, and Avatar 2. Those are four blockbuster movies. And together, they didn't cost $2 billion.
Oh.
That kind of
Oh
just
my god.
that just makes me like, yo, and I was like, yo, this like I didn't realize how much can go into game. Like it opened my eyes, but again, because we were comparing the prices other people pay or been, using up to
Developing.
make
Yeah.
games, to develop games. But bro, again, it's just is like the spent to like what how can we expect anything less? When you finally talk about things, quality, name, people with their nice clothes, which is you don't even get me started. Like if it's some Gucci that's 300, $500,000, like trash. No, it's close, still covers you, still like now. You telling me you put 2 billion in the game? Like what am I about to play? And they better drop this in VR mode. It's gonna be something like we could just throw your body into the Grand Theft Auto world. I don't know. This is
I will
crazy.
This is just changing the perspective a little bit, but it's crazy to me now that we're getting to a point where games are costing over $1 billion, right?
Yep.
And now we have, and I hate to keep harping on this subject because we're not good at predicting or seeing how it's going to shape out, but this Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal, if they don't get the deal done, we already see developers need more and more money to develop games, apparently, to develop these AAA games. That it just seems that way, right? Even if we take GTA 6 out of the equation, Star Citizen, which is a huge like sci-fi outer space game. That one right now is costing over 400 million to develop, and it's been in
Okay.
development for like years now. Years. I think it's been in like alpha or beta for the last like 2-3 years. But that one is up over 400 million. To get to
All
the
right.
point where these developers have to make AAA games, they're either going to have to be able to fund the money themselves, or they're going to have a parent company be able to fund the money. So in my mind, and I know that Sony fanboys are going to hate this, but in my mind, if you want to see a Call of Duty game get to the development where it might take it to the next level, it's probably going to need more money. And if Activision doesn't have that money, what better way to make sure that it happens than to have Microsoft be behind them? Because Microsoft is worth like over $2 trillion. But that's
Yeah.
trillion with a T, by the way, not billion, not million. So, what better way to get games developed at this high level than to have a parent company like Microsoft, who's trying to make deals with 10-year deals with all these companies, including Sony and Nintendo, to get these games to get to that next level. I mean, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens with that. We're no longer in the predicting market as far as that
What's gonna
goes.
happen? What's gonna go down? Telling you they're
Although,
not getting it, but they're gonna buy the exclusivity rights to all the games that. Oh
yeah, and
man,
then Sony will be screwed. But
crazy. But yeah, then I was just doing some as you were talking. I'm just searching more, and we just see like apparently, I guess this is just a number, so I'll round up. Starfield is $150 million budget, maybe say 200 million if we want then, like development budget. Starfield. Now, which is the next game that gets talked about all the time, like, oh, big game, huge world. Just crazy to me. These guys talking big. So I guess before we, move on here, when do we though think GTA 6 drops? When do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is in our hands?
I think it's gonna be March of 2025.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because what is it? They say, oh, yeah, 2024. I wouldn't say, yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to go with definitely 2025. Maybe we go September 2025 now.
Wow,
Okay.
we're gonna be, oh my god. I can't even.
And that's us. That's just me being honest. So now my point is
Yeah,
I went out of my way to go a year past their date. So you
but
best believe I'll be pissed if they say anything past that. Like I can be okay with them going to 2025 because I don't expect it. I literally don't. The way everybody else has been doing things, it just doesn't make sense. How everyone keeps following the trend is just funny. Like nobody cares about all, all these gaming communities and everybody ripping everybody constantly for the same nonsense.
yeah,
What's the last big game that hasn't been delayed? I swear, like, honest God, I don't even know.
I
Don't
don't
even know.
either.
I
I mean,
literally don't know.
I guess Call of Duty. Has Call of Duty ever been delayed?
Now I'm not counting that as a game. I'm talking about these games that don't, that comes out like every year, so that's like clockwork. Like it's got to come
Yeah,
out almost, and it's almost like they've clearly. I think it should be delayed, and I think they probably force it out because clearly it has been dog doo doo shit for the last 2-3 years. Like it just keeps coming like blah blah blah. They're just pushing shit out. Like I don't know. So yeah,
exactly. Exactly. What better way to have a better Call of Duty game than to have Microsoft just, funnel 200 million into their into the development. Here you
and
go.
keep it off of Sony. You know what I
And keep it off.
mean? I'm just kidding.
But you're
Uh,
right.
uh,
You're right. Every big game that I can think of off the top of my head has been delayed
in some way,
multiple
shape, or
times.
form.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
actually ridiculous.
I'm just gonna say I said March of 2025. I'm gonna be pissed if I'm right. I want them to
Yeah,
come out in
yeah, yeah.
2024,
It
like they
should be
said.
2024, but
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, you people in the comments, let us know because we sounding off right now. So if you got anything to say it in the comments, okay? Because we can go back and forth all day. No, I'm just kidding.
All day.
All day. But now, for real, any thoughts, any comments you guys want to add to this conversation,
Yes.
please
Yeah.
leave it in the comments. Maybe we'll refer to it in the next episode. Drop some comments, ask questions. We'll do a little Q&A based off of questions if you got them in the comments in the next episode, something like that. Come on now.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll just get some Q&As going, and we'll film an extra little, YouTube video, a little section there, and it'll be Q&A. There it is. But that was you know what? I don't want to wait another year and a half, man. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until 2025.
Especially when you told me you just spent $2 billion on it to make it. It's gonna cost you $2 billion. Let me see this thing. Like, let me see this shiny new toy. Oh man.
They're gonna wait. Yep.
It's all right. Hopefully Diablo 4 keeps me interested in the month. And Starfield when that comes out at the end of the year. Hold me.
And if you've got a Switch at the time of this recording, Zelda still isn't out yet. So by the time you watch this, Zelda may be out. Let us know how it is. Let us know if it's better than the original Breath of the Wild. And yeah, hopefully that holds you over until 2025.
We had a lot of takes on that Zelda game in our May release video. So definitely let us know about Zelda.
Yeah. So everybody watching, we appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And, tune in for the next episode where hopefully, we'll see how Zelda goes and keep talking that gamer news. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.